Okay, so last time, if I remember correctly, we started to make um, an enemy, the snail, and we had a bug with detecting the edge of the platform. And I looked online, and hopefully this fixes it. Let's uh, play the scene. See, we still have a bug. For some reason, it doesn't detect the platform. Let's look at the code again. So uh, we add this layer mask, which means that we will this raycast this ray will only check for this raycast will only check for platforms. The objects that have the tag platform, which is this tile map. It is in the layer platform. Um, Also, there are two categories. One is tag, which is just a name for a category for of objects, and you can also create layers which are used for physics interactions. And if you go to uh, edit project settings, physics 2D, you see you have something called layer collision matrix, where you can disable physics between layers, or activate, uh, but by default they are all activated. I'm not sure what is the problem, because because when I recast, you see I also draw it in red. I think here it collided with the player, and that's why it changed direction. And now it should collide with this candle here. No. So if the collider is null, change the direction, then we flip the sprite, and then we add velocity, and then we wait for 1 second. Sorry, 10% of a second. You see any problem? I'm not sure why it's not working.
No, so far.
Okay.
Sorry, am I soft?
Excuse me.
Am I soft?
I don't hear. Sorry, I hear you, but I don't understand.
Am I soft?
I don't understand. Can you type please?
Oh, okay.
Type in whatever chat. Okay. No, it's your mic is good. I can hear you. Uh, I okay. No, no, I hear you, but I didn't understand. Okay. Uh, let's see. So, if this is correct here, then this raycast should only collide with platforms, and if it doesn't collide with platforms, then it should change direction. But let's see. Let's try something else. Check this. I have to search. Um, only one layer. Let's see. This one seems to be okay. The mask raycast against either the player or enemy. Okay. I didn't know it's that simple. Copy this. Let's keep this here. I'll just comment, and then mask is equal, in our case, the platform. And let's make this slightly longer. The pause after we detect the edge, let's wait a little longer, and let's check if it works. Okay, seems to it's definitely better, but for some reason it doesn't wait half a second. It doesn't wait this half a second. Let's maybe increase it. Maybe it's not enough pause. And after we fix this, we'll try to create on hit the on hit function for the snail. Not sure what's the problem here. Let's check where is the snail position. It's in the middle, and let's look at the script. So where is it? The direction is left. It should go to the left. Okay, see here it detected the edge, but it's not the edge, it's the platform. See, changes it changes direction before it reaches the edge. Let's look at the raycast position. Where is okay, seems to be okay. Let's check the code. So if it's okay, I see what the problem is. I'm stupid. This should be Sorry, this should be equal to null. Sorry. Okay, my bad. Okay. Now it should work perfectly. See? Now it works. Okay, so we fixed the snail. Now let's check. Um, let's check where. Let's check the shell mode. We want to also save if we are in shell mode in a variable in a bool. Bool is shell. By default should be false. And at the beginning of this coroutine, make this true, and at the end we make it false, like this. And let's create a down hit function. We'll copy it. We'll copy most of it from the player. Let's just copy paste this and adapt it to our script. Okay. Do we care if do we need a bool for this? I don't know. But I forgot we need the enemy script. We also have another script on the snail called enemy, where we save the variables that are on every enemy. In this case, we want public int health and public int, actually just a, and maybe public int damage. And now we want to get this script here in the other script. Private, not private, public enemy script, and we get it in the start function. Okay, now instead of health here we need enemy script dot health minus minus. This one we don't need. Level this one, no. We check if enemy script health is 0, and if it's 0, don't need this. But okay. We need a variable to check if this if the snail is alive or not. By default is true. In this later when we check for collision. Now let's see. We have colliders on this, and when maybe we don't need the it's alive, because we'll disable the colliders once it is dead. let's see how where are the colliders positioned. One is in the main object, and the other one in is as a child. Let's save these two colliders. Box collider 2D. Call this box collider 1. Copy paste this box collider 2. Now the first one, it's on the parent object, which is this one. And the other one is on the first child of this object. And now that I think about it, we don't need code for this. We can just drag and drop this in the inspector, like sorry, not like this. I have a problem because I don't see the variables here, because there seems to be an error here. Okay, we need to fix the errors first. Okay, so here we want the two colliders to disable both of them. So box collider 1 is false, also box collider 2. No, we don't need this. Velocity is 0. Okay. The sprite renderer now. We don't want to instantiate. We don't want to instantiate this. No effect on that. And we want when the enemy is dead, we want him to fall off the level of the platform. And to do this, we need also to add some rotation. If I remember, this one should be, but I don't know how to use this. Just a float. Let's save the force. This function adds rotation. We'll add a little random rotation. Let's create a float called rotation power, and we'll try different values until we find the right one. So here let's create two variables, minimum and maximum. Never mind, we'll just have one. from 0. We'll create a random number from 0 to 2 and check if this is bigger than 1. Then if it is, we rotate clockwise. So just to randomize the result. And if not, then rotate the other way. Just minus rotation. Okay, now we want this to be, the sprite to be on top of everything by modifying this value here, order in layer. Let's do this, sprite render order in layer, sorting on. Will be this one. Okay. And let's check. We want to check when the enemy falls outside the map. We'll create an empty object, reset, see which, somewhere around here, 15, let's say, minus 15. Oh, actually we can do this by just creating a collider. For this delete collider box 2D, make it larger, like this, and let's give it a tag called delete collider. Just delete. Okay. Now we want to play this effect on hit. So void on let's see first if it's on trigger or on collide. In prefabs, player has collision, and the snail is also has 2 colliders. So then on trigger 2D, if collision is compare tag is player, then play this coroutine. Let's check the player controller 1 second. Where is the hit on collision enter? Get hit duration. copy this from the player, should be the same value. Just there, copy paste this. Now we have and one thing also, we need to check if the snail is in shell or not. Let's look at the animator. We have shell on hit and snail shell hit and snail hit. So here we need to if let's comment this enable mission pending if it is in shell or not. If is shell, then animator set rule shift animator again. So first let's enable this. Okay, so if it's in shell, then this is true, and if not, it's false. And also animator set bool is hit. This is true. And at the end we uncheck this. We hit. Okay. Now let's see the health on the snake. Let's say just 1 health, 1 damage. Let's go to the player, look at the hit here. Where is it? Enemy damage here. I guess we don't need the damage for this. Okay, let's play the scene. We have an error. Here it's an error. I forgot one parenthesis. So here we have an error. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's check if the collision works. Seems to work pretty good, but I have a problem because it physically interacts with the player. And also you can't hit it for some reason. Let's see the structure of this. We have this script here, rigid body here, but maybe the rigid body should be on another. let's look at the player script. 1 second. On collision with the okay, enemy damage. Let's see how big these colliders are. And here we check on trigger. Let's see which one is the trigger. This one is the trigger. Enemy. This one has physics and oh, I see what the problem is. Maybe we want this to be this one, which activates the on hit function of the snare. This one should be collider as well, maybe. So instead of this, want on trigger on collision enter. Collision dot collider dot player 10 locality. Because if it is a trigger, the player falls below this and hits the other collider, and it hits both. That shouldn't happen. Okay. Now should be better, at least. It is bugged a little for some reason. See? Okay, I see. It has physics. Okay. It has physics. Maybe we increase this to stop this. We increase its mass by a lot. And also one problem here, the gravity is 0. We just need to increase the mass, and when it dies we want it to fall like this. See, like this. And to do that we need to activate the gravity before we, at the beginning of the this if it's 0 first, we want to enable gravity scale, it's 1. Now because the mass is very big, the player should not affect its movement, its position. See, it's a bug. Let's see where the problem is. How much health does this have? 1. Okay. So first we decrease the health. We check if it's 0. I saw it enter this animation. but why didn't this happen? So okay, let's check again. Okay, the colliders weren't assigned. Now there. See, but if we do this, we need to save the coroutine and stop it. Where all coroutines, we need to stop all the coroutines. The raycast coroutine, we have it here saved, and we also want to have another variable here, coroutine. We'll call this let's call it behavior coroutine. And when this starts, we save it in a variable. And also at the end of see here in work mode, at the end, either at the end or here, we enter another coroutine, so we save it. When we enter a coroutine, we save it. To stop it when the health is 0. Okay, the shell mode here, we want to save this here as well. And in this get hit coroutine, at the beginning, if we have health 0, we disable this. Sorry, stop coroutine. This one, and also the raycast coroutine. We stop both. Let's comment this, stop routines. And also I have a problem with the rotation here. It's it's not the rotation force is too small. So now when we collide with the from the correct angle with this snake, it should die and fall off. See, it falls off the platform. But I believe the force is still too low. Let's try 50. See, now it works. And if I am correct, let's check the see this is still in the hierarchy, and we want to delete this once it collides with this collider, that is the delete collider below the level. So we go to the snail. This one, let's check what it is, if it's a collider or it is a collider. not trigger. So we check for collision, enter here. If collision collider compare targets delete, then destroy game object. Let's comment this, delete collision delete. This is important for efficiency in games that are more complex than this. It's important once you don't need an object to delete it, or sometimes to disable some of its components. Okay, so now we could add a lot of enemies in this. We have, see, all of this: angry pig, bat bee, robot bunny, but that would take at least a week to implement. So I'll just uh, explain how to add sound effects and background music, and after that we'll stop with the project. I'll save it on Google Drive and send it to you and everyone else on the Discord, and you can
Yeah.
play with it. Excuse me.
No, I was just saying. Okay.
Okay, so I will send you the project, and then you can play with it and experiment. You can create your own enemies, own traps, and if you need help, you can ask me. But we'll stop after we add the sound effects, because tomorrow I enter a game jam, which is a game making competition, and since I have a psychology course in the morning, I won't be able to be present until about this hour, and then Sunday I will stay from morning to evening. So I have a little disadvantage because I have only 1.5 days, not 2 days, and also I have a very ambitious project. But okay, let's. I hear myself. I wonder why do I hear myself?
Oh, sorry. I'm using speaker. Sorry.
Okay, let me explain how to add the sound effects. Unfortunately, I don't have sound effects. You have to find some. Let's first let me teach you where to find sound effects. So in here in window, you have something called asset store, but I don't like to do it like this because it's small and I can't see anything. So I like to go on the browser. This is a good website for packages of many sound effects. But if you're looking for something specific, I like to search CC0 sound effect. CC0 means no copyright, and there are websites for this. Free sound, for example. No, not this one, sorry. Not free sound. Maybe this one. This one seems okay. And on the asset store, you just go to audio, sound effects we need. This one is the most hard to find sound effects, because background music you have a lot of options, but this one not so many. Okay, I think I have this one already in my library. Window, asset store, no, not asset store, sorry. Window, package manager, my assets, which are assets saved from the website. You go to an asset, for example, like this, and press this button, add to my assets. Let's see sound. Let's check sound first. Let's search for sound. I have a lot of options. Let's import this one. Hit damage human sounds, maybe. Let's see what we have here. I'll import a bunch of them and then we can experiment. Let's see. Casual sound effects. This one, no. And let's look for two things. One is it effect. Let's just search it. Let's say bite, not it. Let's try bite. Let's okay. Those are not for free. Let's try this one, bite. Bite. Biting apple. This one. Snake bite. I like this one. I will take this one. Seems free to share. I guess we need to log in first. I don't have an account. Okay, excuse me 1 second. I will stop the video 1 second to make an account, and then I'll come back.
Okay.
Just 2 minutes, please. Okay, I made an account. I'll start sharing again. Let's save this in just on desktop. Let's call this byte sound effect. Okay, we have a byte effect for collision with the fruits. Don't need any of this. Now let's see what sound we downloaded. Let's see heat effect. Oh wow. Okay, this one is not nice. Cartoon sound effects. Okay, let's look for background music. Window, asset, package manager, my assets, search for music. Epic boss fight. No, it's something chill, like this lofi chill music. Will take a while to download. How do I make this more like this? Okay, let's import that byte sound to resources. Just drag and drop. We have it here. Let's find the. Do you have a script for this? Player we have here on collision with fruit. We need to have the sound effect in a variable, and to do this, let's see if we have a first an audio listener. This will register the sound effects. We have it on the camera. But this should have some options that I don't see here. Guess they changed it in a newer version. Let's create an empty. First, let's import this background music. Takes a while. It's 300 megabytes. I also think I might have a problem with the memory here. I have just 11 giga left. Okay, now we have the background music. We need to create an empty object. We'll have two objects in prefabs. Here we'll create a new folder called this audio. Here we'll save our effects and background music like this empty object. Let's add the audio. Let's see which one is audio source. Audio source. We need to, we'll call this byte effect, byte sound effect. You can loop sounds, but we want to do that. Play on awake also, we don't need this. Or do we need this? I don't. Let's grab the sound, which is byte sound. Here where it says audio clip, you add the sound. And we need a script for this. We'll call this sound effect script, but let's add it in the script folder. And in here we get the component, the audio source component. We need to say using Unity Engine audio, and we say here audio clip, sorry, not clip, audio source, source is equal to get component audio source. And we want to check every frame if this sound is playing, like this audio source, sorry, if audio source is playing it's not playing like this, then we destroy this circuit. So once it finished playing the sound effect, it will be deleted. Now we need to go to, let's save this in audio here. We go to our player here, fruit, and then first thing we want to do is spawn this sound effect. So spawn sound effect, but to do this we need a variable for it, a game object variable, public game object byte sound effect, and here we want to spawn this sound effect. The position doesn't matter because this I believe this audio listener it's a 2D audio, not 3D. So regardless of the position, the sounds will sound like they come from the same place. So we instantiate the byte sound effect at, let's say, this position of the player. Rotation doesn't matter. Now let's go to our player prefab and add the sound prefab. Like this. Now we should have a sound effect when we collide with the fruit. Let's make this full screen. See? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about about um, about the background music. We'll do something like we'll spawn it once at the beginning of the um, not the game, the main when we enter the main menu. So in here, I believe we have a manager here, a script, and we'll create background music. We need to create it first, the background music. So let's create an empty object. Let's call this background music. Let's add the audio source, which plays the sound. We want to loop it, and let's see what we have here. Let's try this one. I don't like this one. Maybe this one. Something. I don't like this music at all. Let's try this one. Background music. Let's drag here in audio clip. And this is what I was talking about. We have see this spatial blend. If it is as it is here in 2D, all sounds will come from the same space, um, from the same position in space. But if you go here to 3D, if the sound spawns in the right part of um, sorry, if it spawns on the right of the part of the audio listener, you'll hear it from the right. If it spawns to the left, you'll hear it from the left. So that's the function of this variable here. Let's save this in a prefab in audio here. Go back to the scene, main manager. Let's create a variable for this public game object, background music. Now when you spawn this, when you instantiate, when you spawn any prefab, it will add clone to the end. So for example, this is called background music, but if you spawn it, you will have this at the end, like this, in parentheses. So when we spawn this in the start function, first we want to check if it is already spawned, so we don't spawn it twice. We don't have two background musics. So to do this, we use a function called game object find, and here we type the name of the object we're looking for, background music, and this will be either true or false. And if it is true, sorry, if it is false, then we want to spawn the background music because it doesn't exist. So instantiate background music vector 3 0. The position and the rotation don't matter. And at the end we want, because as I said, it has that clone at the end, we want to set its name to background music. So only if it doesn't exist you will spawn it. And you need to go to the background music, object. Let's delete it from the scene, and let's add a script to it called background music, because we want to keep it between scenes. And I will show you a function for this. New script, background music. And we simply want to say this in the start function: don't destroy on load. And here we need to specify this game object. Now this will maintain this object between scenes. Now we should have the background music. We have a problem here. We forgot to add the background music. See? Now if you press start the game, see it maintains the background music. If you want, I can also teach you how to fade in and out the background music, if you're interested in that. Would you like to see that?
Sure.
It's we used this function many times. Let's find the player script, because I closed Visual Studio. Where is it? If we do this, we need to go to main menu manager, and when we spawn it, we want to create, so let's call this, instead of background music, let's call it background music prefab, and create another variable called background music, like this. Okay, we want to check the scene first, if the prefab is still in the script. No, it's not. We need to go to audio, drag this here, and this one should be empty. And when we spawn this, we want to add this to background music. This should work. Okay, it doesn't work because we have equal here, so we can't have two equals. So instead of this, we'll just save it first. In this variable. And after we saved it, we change the name, because it has clone at the end, and we don't want that. Background music, sorry, not prefab, just background music. dot name is equal music. Now we have this in a variable, but we want we don't want the whole object. Let's just get the audio source component. Background music as audio source. So let's do okay, let's have one variable for this object, and let's create a function to fade out and in this sound effect, sorry, this background music. Let's copy. I made a folder with important scripts. We need the fade script. Copy paste this. Let's create a coroutine. Call this fade out background music. Fade out background music. Time, of course. We don't want the position. We want, when we start this coroutine, to create a variable audio source. And this is equal to background music get component audio source. And instead of transform position, this stuff here, we want background music volume. How is it called? Let's look. This is called volume. Okay. Sorry, not background music. That was the problem. Audio source volume is equal matflog. The beginning position is 1, then position 0, and here we put the t. And because this is not perfect, see, this condition is smaller than 1, not smaller than equal, and even if it was, it would be a problem. So we need to set it to 0, to completely 0 after this lerp. Source volume 0. And let's copy this and go to level manager and paste this here. And instead of fade out, we want fade in. And here, instead of 1, we want 0. Instead of 0, we want 1. And at the end, we set it to 1. And here we don't have the background music. We need to save it at the beginning. So on start, we want first we need a variable for this, private, believe game object, background music. Here background music is equal to game object find background music. Now we have it in a variable. This should fix it. Okay. And we want to start this coroutine after we get the background music. We want to start this as well. Fade in background music. Okay. Why doesn't it work? Okay, we need a time. Let's see how long is the fade here. The fade is 2 seconds, so we'll have 2 seconds as well, like this. Let's copy this. Let's go to main menu, and at the start, after we get the background music in a variable, we fade. Okay, we want to copy this from level manager. Let's copy the fade in. Where is it? Let's copy this here. So we have both fade in and fade out. And let's take the fade out and place it to level manager to have both fade in and fade out. Let's go to menu manager. When the game starts, we want to fade in. Okay. And when we start the game, we want to fade out. So seems it takes 2 seconds. Okay, let's instead of having a fade out, let's do it here in the new game coroutine. Just copy this slurp here like this, and at the end set it to 0. We don't need to have 2 coroutines for this, but we need this variable. We get it at the beginning, and then we can delete this. Let's go to the background music prefab. Set it to 0 volume. Let's set it to 0 by default. And now when the game starts, we fade. So we said we fade in, and here we fade out. Sorry. Yes, fade out. Let's check. See? Now we have a fade effect for this. And you can add many sounds to this. For example, for on hit effect on the player or the enemy. And I think we'll stop here, and I will save this project to Google Drive and send it to you. And I hope you will experiment with this and try to make enemies and traps. And if you have problems with this, you can always ask me. I'm free. I have plenty of time until October, I think, when I start university. So any questions?
None.
None? Okay. Uh, we'll meet tomorrow at the same time, and at that time I will start the game jam, but it will not be like this. I won't talk that much. I will be focused. And thank you so much for coming, and see you tomorrow at exactly the same hour.
Yeah, sorry. What time would the game jam be?
The game jam starts in 6 hours from now, which is
6 hours from now?
yes, it starts 6 hours from now, and it ends after 2 days.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
starts today.
best of luck to that.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Alright. Thanks for teaching.
Okay, see you.
Alright. See
Bye.
ya. Bye.